This idea that your sexuality is a choice, it's certainly was not a choice for myself.
I definitely didn't have any shame or issues around my sexual orientation or my gender identity. I think it's really been other people and the way that they perceive me and my identities that has caused a lot of the trauma that I have today.
It's an intrinsic part of who we are. And so to have that part of who we are questioned or invalidated in a way that other parts of myself haven't been, it's difficult to hear, especially when it comes from people that you respect and are close to.
My mental health and sexuality, they coincide a lot because through different perspectives of my life, when I view myself as a Catholic, I see that I struggle so much with trying to find my identity and seeing my worth in that. And, I struggle so much with seeing myself as a good Catholic, but also a good gay Catholic. And I never thought that was going to be okay until now.
It's not because a person identifies as LGBTQ ZS. That is not why a person would experience, higher rates of depression or anxiety or suicidality. It's really not about that at all. But it has much more to do with the high rates of stigma and the high rates of discrimination.
I think one of the barriers that I really still continue to face when it comes to my sexual orientation, gender identity, and my mental health is what parts of myself I openly express or show in different spaces. I like being in leadership positions, and I end up talking a lot about different, topics that people are sometimes afraid to bring up. And sometimes I have to play around with what parts of myself do I talk about a lot, or what parts do I leave out? And that's a really sad thing for me to have to do, because obviously the ideal situation is that you bring all parts of yourself into spaces and you don't just check one thing off at the door.
I'm still really strongly dealing with is the feeling of safety. So I can remember many times trying to check over my shoulder when I was with female partners to make sure that we were safe, in a way that when I was with male partners in the past, I didn't feel like I had to do.
And I would say that is really the take-home message. Stigma, discrimination, and structural violence create multiple barriers, resulting in poor mental health outcomes among LGBTQ ZS individuals.
Having a queer therapist, for me, I'm able to just elaborate on things like my sex life, my social life, and just in general, I feel super comfortable and at ease, and it just facilitates the whole process. And I talk about all of my problems as opposed to just kind of holding back from certain things.
For any other queer youth who are struggling with your mental health, the one thing I would like to say to you is that you have so much power in your words and in who you are. Your experiences are yours, and no one can take that away from you. What you are and who you identify as is beautiful, unique, and it is something that is astronomical.
Tune in next time for our final episode, exploring personal interpretations of intersectionality.